Happy Saturday. How are you guys doing? Welcome into, well, I'm not quite at my homestead right now, but welcome into Tommybites Homestead. I have a suburban homestead in North Carolina, gardening zone 8A, formerly known as 7B, still acting like 7B because your girl has not been able to really plant out anything that she wants to plant out. I plant out the cold things, the radish and the carrots and the cabbage and the collards and the broccoli, but I can't plant out my peppers, my tomatoes, my cucumbers, my watermelon, my squash, etc. That being said, I'm so thankful and grateful though that I started gardening in 2020. I'm still learning to garden. There's a lot that I don't know and a lot that I want to know. So I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I know I keep saying it, but I really, really am. Because looking at where things are right now, because they said things would turn around. They said the prices would go down. They are still saying that inflation is down. And inflation is down some. But the reason we're still paying more, they say, is because once those prices went up, companies decided they weren't really taking those prices back down. So we're stuck with them. And they're going higher. Today is Saturday, actually the 12th, and the 12th starts China's tariffs against the U.S. at 125%. A lot of people are going to get hit. Everybody's going to get hit, even the people who are happy about the tariffs because they feel like it's going to turn the economy around. That being said, the food prices. Beware when you're in these stores because you're probably going to start seeing people around you, still. Theft is going to go up, you guys. So protect yourself because you don't know what's going to happen when you're out and about. But I'm glad I have this garden because it supplements a lot of my food bill, especially in the summertime when you're really eating a lot more vegetables. If you can grow, if you can find that space, definitely find that space. We have a lot of space to grow in, but we carved out a small area on our property, and that's what we're doing. We're growing in that area, a few areas around the home, really, but they're separated. If you don't have that space, think about growing vertically, because that may be something that would help you out in your situation of small space or lack thereof space. Drop a seed today, grow. You sow that seed today, you will grow food tomorrow. The process will take a little while, but you will start the process. That is the key, starting the process. If you don't drop that seed, you're not going to start the process. You're going to be spending more money in the grocery store than you have to spend in the grocery store. And I could think of a lot of places I could put some money right now on some bills, etc., than to put it all on fruits and vegetables. So stay encouraged. Anxiety sometimes do build up. Mine built up the other day. I talked about it, but the only thing you can do is pray about it and keep moving. And eventually you'll see the progress. You'll see less anxiety in it as long as you stay moving. But if you just stop and you get stuck in that thought, you get stuck in whatever you're in, you're not going to see that progress. You're not going to see yourself on the other side. Don't give up. Keep doing what you need to do for your family, stocking up your home. I actually have to probably do it tomorrow though. Go through my cabinets, throw some things out, take some things to the long-term pantry, and just clean out that area so I can see what I have and what I need to get and make a list. And when I get some money, then I'll go and I'll take care of it. I'm not going to stress that part of it anymore. So don't stress it. A lot of people are though, because a lot of people are seeing that the 40-hour week that they work, they really ain't got nothing to show for it after they pay their bills. They can barely buy food. They can barely do anything, outside of paying bills, going to work, coming home. Now you got to cook. And a lot of people tired of their cooking too. So you'll see in some clips that I'm about to show you guys that you're not by yourself. A lot of people are going through. It's going to be a lot of hurting families, children, elderly, veterans, homeless, and the list just goes on and on. I don't think anyone's going to be exempt from this. So pray, plan, prep.
Made 10 DoorDashes in the last 2 hours. And guess how much I made? Guess. After gas, I made a whopping $24.76. Not even a full $25. Like, I can't even get my own food DoorDashed for $25. Okay? When I moved to Cali from Texas last year, I really thought that I was going to be living my California dream. I got my full-time job. I got health insurance, benefits, all of that stuff. All of the things that I thought that I needed to live a comfortable life. And it just feels like I can never make ends meet. Like, I'm literally clocking into my 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5. Hold on, girl. I got to order. And I'm just so frustrated because I feel like I've done everything right. Like, I went to school, I got my degree, I got a job, but like with rent and bills and student loans and groceries and gas, like it just feels like I just cannot get ahead. And it's like these billionaires who have never had to lug 5 Big Mac meals with drinks up 3 flights of stairs. It feels like they are making money hand over fist. Something has got to give, and I feel like it needs to be them because I am tired. All right, the billionaires need to start opening their pocketbooks because I can't afford to keep on opening mine.
We are truly facing uncertain times in the United States and around the world, honestly. With everything that's happening, more and more people are struggling to pay rent, to pay utilities, to feed their families. A lot of people are being cut from food assistance programs. A lot of people are being cut from Section 8 housing. A lot of people just can't pay their mortgage.
Most people in the US cannot survive working only 40 hours a week. A full-time job does not pay enough for people to get by anymore. Most people have to work either 2 jobs, or they have to pick up a lot of overtime, or they have to have side hustles. But just thinking you're gonna get minimum wage or a little above minimum wage and go work your 40 hours weekly, you're not gonna survive off of that. You're probably not even gonna be able to pay rent. Or if you can pay rent, what about food, the bills, electric, all that other stuff? It just doesn't make any sense. The US does have a serious problem with most jobs just not being able to pay people enough, and something does need to be done about it. Now, I don't know what that something would be. Maybe somebody does, but it's just crazy that people will go to work for 40 hours, sometimes even 50 hours a week or more, and even then they still can't survive. And they're living well below their needs. They're not doing anything fancy. They're just literally trying to get some food and pay rent and their bills.
The struggle is real. It's getting harder and harder to go into the store with a certain amount of money and come out with enough to feed your family. A lot of people are saying, what is a budget? What is a budget? And those who used to eat out a lot, maybe go to the movies, go bowling, go, just doing things on the weekend, having family time, making memories. They said, well, we're going to have to figure out how to make these memories at home.
So tired of living my life in survival mode because despite having 2 college degrees and making close to $80,000 a year, I still cannot keep up with the cost of living.
Serious question, how are people affording anything in 2025? I'm having surgery in 2 weeks on my neck, so I was told to get certain types of shirts so it wouldn't bother the area. I go to Goodwill. I'm looking at prices $9.99 for used shirts that are of no brand of value at all anywhere. Like maybe it was Target. I don't even know. I probably could go to Target and get it for like brand new for the same price at this point. I don't know. But seriously, how is it that I have just gotten priced out of a thrift store? Not only that, I cannot remember the last time I actually went out and had a meal in a restaurant. We do not order out. We don't even get pizza because we're trying to save everything for 2025 with all of my health stuff.
It costs extra to do the entertainment part of your budget. So there are going to be a lot of things that we have to cut out. A lot of things we're just going to have to put a pause on for a little bit of time or maybe a lot of time. Some people seem to think that there is going to be looting. I'm kind of with them on that too. Have you seen the prices?
I'm gonna show you why mass looting is gonna start soon. Dude, $12.44. Patties? Come on. Bro, $12.28 for some taquitos. Can't even afford eggs. Bro, $9.92 for a frozen pizza. The same price as the Uno's one, bro. Bro, frozen fish nugget bites, $6.62. For the pickles, bro. I don't even like pickles. You can keep them. Nah. Bro, is anything single digits? $2.78 for the 2-liter, bro. What? Bro, no. They really did that. Bro, what are you talking about? Bro, peanut butter. Like, bro, I gotta go. What's going on here?
And they're going to continue to go up.
Those of you who are saying that food in Jamaica is expensive, let me show you expense. This, 2 pieces of yam. This, let me show you the other piece. And this. Along with this is for $48. Yes, you heard me correctly. $48 for 2 pieces of yam and 7 fingers of bananas for $58. For $48. This is almost $6,000 in Jamaica. That is how expensive. I was reading the paper today and they are saying that Canada now have scurvy because we can't afford to buy food.
You are behind on your payments. How do you do a budget? You have to prioritize your dollars. The difference in necessities and luxuries. Food. There's one. No, eating out is not a necessity. Some of you people, all you know how to make is reservations. And you got to work on that, okay? So food at home, cheap, that you bought at the grocery store with a coupon. Food is a necessity. Utilities, lights and water, so you have heat. Once you've gotten food and utilities, we're bellies full and we're warm. Number 3 is shelter. So you take care of your place to live so you're not homeless. You pay your rent. Now, almost everyone can scratch around and make enough money to buy their food, keep their electricity current if they're first, second, and third, and keep your rent paid. And if you'll just get real calm, cool, and collected and go, we're going to eat before we do anything, not eat out. Mm-hmm. We're going to pay the utilities, not cable, before we do anything. We're going to pay rent. And until you clear food, utilities, housing, and transportation and get them all current, you don't spend anything else on anything.
You know what's really sad is that Americans can literally stop going out to eat. They can budget right. They could not overspend. They could do all these things to be able to pay their bills and still won't be able to pay their bills.
I'm not the only one feeling like it's hard times right now. A lot of people are feeling like it's hard times right now.
Cheeseburgers that we got used to be $1, and now the meal was like $10.
Nobody wants to pay like $20 a meal for just a single person. So then the family of 4 is going to spend how much? $80 on eating out? Yeah.
Not doable.
Realistically not doable.
be the only one, but like me and my family are broke, but we're not like super broke. We're like broke enough to be living paycheck to paycheck and to rely heavily on our WIC card and heavily on me couponing, but we're not broke enough to be on food stamps. And that honestly kind of leaves us in like an awkward place because we definitely could use food stamps and that would help us out, like, but we don't qualify for it because we make $500 too much every single year.
Let me know in the comments what you think and how are you preparing for these hard times.